Hello, everybody, and welcome to this episode of the Sunday Perspective podcast. My name is Dragonfire. With me, as always, I have Telly.
Hello, everyone. Telly the Builder here.
Great, fantastic. And, well, Punky isn't here today, but that's okay.
Yeah.
'cause
Unfortunately, she's not feeling too well today, if anyone's wondering.
Yeah. But we got a real special one for y'all tonight. We've got Sage. Hi, Sage.
Hello.
How you doing? Unmute. You're muted. You're muted.
Are you muted?
You're muted.
Hey!
There you go.
I don't know how to use technology, but hey!
All good, all good. Hello, King's Joe. Hello, Zebez? I don't know how to pronounce that. How y'all doing? Welcome in, welcome in. So this is, what? Season 4, episode 2, right? 3, episode 3 already.
Wait, no.
2.
Yeah, 2.
You're
right.
Season 4, episode 2. That's crazy. Tech issues to start. I blame Dragon. What you mean? Unbelievable. I mean, it wouldn't be live content if there wasn't at least one tech issue, to be honest.
Right.
Let's be perfectly honest here. All right. So, without further ado, Sage, how you doing? How you feeling?
Feeling good.
Good. All right. So, who wants to go first? Should I go first, or would you like to go first?
I can go first. So yeah, basically, like, we might have told you before, so like, we're gonna kind of like ask you some questions, like interview style, and also like talk about like just a topic too, like if something comes up from any questions. So like, we do have some questions like we can ask you here to get it started. So I can go first here.
Yeah, so before you start, I do want to say though, we are trying something new with this episode here. Normally it is the question answer type interview type style, and we wanted to kind of stray away from that a little bit to generate a more organic conversation, and plus just kind of stay closer to our mission statement here. So today is going to be more like hybrid style, where it's not just going to be where we're not only going to be learning about Sage today, we're also going to be kind of posing some like lifestyle questions to you guys as well, to the chat, and you guys can ask questions as well, and you can answer questions as well, and we'll do all the same. But yeah, go ahead, Telly.
All right, so I'm not going in. I don't think I'm gonna go in any order here, because like a couple of these questions I came up with aren't in order. Some I'll save for the end, but this one I feel like is a good one to start. How did you come up with the name of your channel, Sage Skyehaven?
That was actually a username I came up with when I started playing Guild Wars.
Okay.
It was a name I was like, let me just think of something real cool. You know, when you start off in elementary or middle school, you're like, I need to come up with a really, really cool name that sounds cool.
Yep.
Fantasy element. And I don't know, I just put like words together. I thought Sky was always a cool name.
Yeah.
Then like Haven, and just so it just kind of fell together. But that was been my name, my username since the days of Guild Wars, the very first one.
Wow.
Yeah, wow. It's pretty cool. Kind of the same way with you, Dragon. You kind of came up with your name because like kind of the same, almost the way similar, right?
Yeah. So my name, because well, I picked my name because I like dragons. I like the mythical creature dragon, and I want to just pick Dragonfire for my. So this is all the way from Steam, like 2013, 2012, maybe even earlier than that, actually. So I wanted to pick Dragonfire, but it wasn't available. So my current username Actually, not even Twitch username. The username that popped up was Dragonfire2280, and I just added more extra numbers to it, and now here we are.
Yeah.
To Dragonfire302280. It's like the longest freaking name ever. Telly, talk about you.
Okay. So for my name, well, I kind of go by Telly now, which is short for Telidris, because like, this is kind of an old story. So like a long time ago, in like the year Dragon's talking about, like 2012, 2013, years maybe even way before that, like when me and Dragon were friends in high school, and other people in our friend group like had names for each other. Like one name they had for me was Telidro, and one day I guess kind of came up with Telidris one day. I guess is like a more of a proper way of like the name Telidro. I guess Telidro is short for Telidris, really. And then I took the name Telidris for a Twitch name because I was just thinking of something to do as like a good nickname. So like I thought, how would I do that? So I took Telidris, and then 22 at the end of my name. I did that because 22 was the year I started doing Twitch. So, well, my age 22 was when I started doing Twitch. And yeah, and it's kind of just became Telly because like it's just a good little nickname because like it's easier to say than just Telidris. Some people don't know how to say that.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like some people just don't say it right. I mean that's okay with me if they don't. I understand it, but like people just call me Telly for short. If I'm ever in a stream or something like that, and they just say, "Oh, I'm sorry if I butchered your name. I can't really say it. Is it okay?" I'll just say like, "You can just call me Telly." So like, it's just kind of almost like a universal nickname. People call me it all the time and stuff now.
Yep. Yeah. We all have some interesting stories regarding our usernames here. If you guys in chat want to share any of your usernames, that would be fantastic.
Yeah.
All right.
For sure.
So here we go. So how did you get into streaming? And I'm gonna kind of compound two questions together. So how did you get into streaming, and what was your first stream like?
Well, I got into it because I was doing a lot of film at the time, and I actually had met somebody that was part of like a Minecraft modding community, and we were friends. He actually lived in the next state over, so we would always visit. And he was doing a stream one day, and he's like, "Hey, you want to get in the chair and play?" And actually, it was Outlast.
Oh.
And at that time, I was not into horror games at all. He was like, "Yeah, play it. Play some Outlast." I'm like, I didn't even know what the game was about. I was like, "Sure, I'll play it." And that's where
Imagine finding out that way that Outlast is a horror game. You're just like, "Oh, no."
Yeah, I'd never heard of it. He's like, "Well, this is a new game," and it was like 2015, so it had just come out, and I was like, "Okay." So I was just playing it. The jump scares, like, I recently started Outlast again.
Mm-hmm.
I did like a subathon for it. That was the only time I played it since 2015 because I won't go anywhere near that game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I had such a bad jump scare in that game. 10 minutes and I was done. But that was that, and then Life is Strange. Those were my two first day.
Life is Strange is an amazing game.
Yeah.
Fantastic game. Very, very. The story is really good. It's very thought provoking.
Yeah.
It's really cool. Yeah. No horror games. Nah, fam. Nah. Yeah. You would have to really like. You would have to like redeem like 100,000 channel. Whoa!
Ooh.
Whew. Wow. Okay.
Whoa.
Thank you so much for the whoa.
Oh, it's not done yet.
Whoa.
Oh, love.
One thing you should know about me, stuff like that breaks me sometimes. So yeah.
And what he means by breaking is crying emotionally, but in a good way.
Thank you for the 74 and the 24, 71 and the 24 numbers. Thank you for the biddies. Thank you for the biddies. All right. No. You would have to have me redeem like 100,000 channel points for me to play a horror game. Like Phasmo, I can mess with. I can mess with because I'm just like, I literally walk in there alone. I'm like, what? Come at me, ghost. But anything else like Outlast or Amnesia, even nah.
Oh yeah. Bunky and Brian trained you well for Phasmophobia.
That's the only game, to be honest, that I got trained for. Because any other thing, nah, fam. Also, I will say this as we move through this, if you have any questions for us, yeah, go ahead and ask. Normally we do this at the end, but yeah, as we move through it, if anything piques your interest. All right. Who's next? Me?
Oh no, I think me. Yeah.
You go ahead.
Okay. What question did you just ask?
Oh, we actually never answered this question.
Oh yeah, what was the question?
It was a compound question. What was your first stream like, and how did you get into streaming? So I'll answer this first. Actually, I got into streaming because this right here was hard. Like talking to people, making friends, getting myself out there. Especially in a time where everything was just locked.
Yeah.
Oh, hi, doggo. That is
Okay.
Sage's dog.
That's my dog.
All right. So that is kind of Alfred. Yes, that's Alfred.
There he is.
There he is. The legend, Alfred. Alfred's like, I want to be on this podcast too.
Yeah,
What do you
that's
mean?
pretty much it.
What you mean? You not about to start this without me?
Alfred
no.
and his 2 cents, right?
Yeah, seriously. So I kind of did as a result of like wanting to feel like I could still connect, wanting to feel like I just work on myself, work on my social skills, on my confidence. So like this has all been a part of that. Like even doing this is a lot. Even podcasting was a lot. But as in terms of what my first stream was like, it was literally, we literally played Ghost Recon. And that's what we did. We just played
Nice.
Ghost Recon. And it was, here we are, what, like 2 years later, 3 years later, something like that. Podcasting with wonderful people. You love to see
That's
it.
right.
Yeah.
I can answer that too.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. So yeah, what got me into streaming really, kind of the same thing. Cause like the year I started streaming was 2020, in a time when the world was much different. We're kind of locked in, and I saw like cause Dragon was doing it, made me kind of want to do it once. Cause I remember just playing a game with him, and I'm like, I think I should. I kind of feel like I kind of feel like doing this too. Like maybe I'll just like stream Call of Duty one time and just see how this goes. So like, one game I was really into at the time, Ghost of Tsushima right here, just came out at the time, and I was really into it, and I thought this might be the perfect game to stream. So this was my first stream. I streamed this game right here in August of 2020, and yeah, it was a lot of fun. I was very nervous at the time too, and like I remember I had some audio issues at start, like my mic wasn't working or something like that. So like for the first maybe 5 minutes or so, I was having a little bit of issues, but Dragon and Flango were actually in the chat helping me out too, which was nice. And then I got that to work, and then yeah, from there we were just cooking. I was just playing some Ghost Recon right there. I mean, not Ghost Recon, Ghost of Tsushima. I was just playing through the story, just doing some missions and stuff, just talking to the chat, having a good time. And I was having a fun time because like I love this game too. So like, yeah, it's a perfect game for me to stream because like it's something I enjoy to play, and yeah, I just had a fun time doing it. So I was nervous, but just talking to chat and everything like that kind of opened me up a little bit, got me into it, and yeah, here we are now. 2 years later.
2 years later. All right. So
Ooh, look at that.
we did 200 for 200 points. We got to redeem for Alfred. We just did a custom treat redeem for Alfred.
Nice.
Yeah. Hi.
Hello.
Hi, Kit Kat. Hello,
Hello,
welcome
Kit
in.
Kat. It's good
Thank
to
you
see you
for
again. Yeah.
the
Hello.
22 months.
Oh, 22 months. There you go.
22 months. It is Sage Skyhaven.
Yeeting straight
That's
into the
right.
ocean. We're gonna just.
Oh, no
Excuse me,
SO. We don't
Oh,
use
yeah.
SO for Flango. No SO. No SO. Not for no. Not for podcast days, please. There we go.
I'm so sad. I can't believe this.
I gotta wait for this to end because I see you have new points. I do have new points, but I may not redeem them depending on what you redeem. I may not redeem them on this podcast. Yeah. All right. So my next one is, and this one is for everybody here. What is your process in writing a screenplay?
Actually, you know what? I can. Well, we can both answer this, right?
Everybody can answer this, but let's let our guest go first.
Okay, so I got an answer.
Well, it's tough. Honestly, like I do a lot of thinking before I start putting things to paper. I like to visualize it. With anything like a really good book that I like I read a lot of Neil Gaiman. Like he's my favorite author. But like I take inspiration for writers that are really, really good at like giving you a good visual. So I have to be able to visualize the world and picture it in my head. So I do a lot of thinking and figure out like where I want it to go, and just I have to picture it, and I just like translate like the movie in my head to paper. But it takes a lot of thinking, and I figure out where it's gonna go. I don't really do an outline. I just kind of let the movie play out and just explore it and keep going with page by page.
Gotcha. So
I do an outline after. I do it like backward.
So are you a more of like a sporadic writer, or do you like always have an idea? Because I'll kind of give my example is when I wrote with Telly, we wrote a play called Ava, and that was a play based on Detroit Become Human. We was inspired by it, and it was a sporadic thing, literally sporadic. And we like in 2 days we like cranked out like a 15-page play. It was kind of amazing.
Yeah. And that's actually the next point I was going to make. I was actually going to talk about that just a bit too. One thing I remember we did to help us really get into it and get really motivated was there was this local coffee shop in the area, which is like a hangout spot, like a nice coffee shop. Like we were there the day before for like a play that Punky actually directed. We were there before like a short play festival, and we like, this place is really cool. And like that company that was there at the time, they were doing a writing challenge for like a featured play. And with that, me and Dragon wanted to write something, so we did that play that Dragon was just talking about right there. We wrote that, and like we went to this coffee shop the next day because it just seemed like a very just chill place to go and just like to get work done, to concentrate. And there's a breaking right there. But yeah, so with the story, basically we wanted to go to this place because like we like the vibe there. It's just very chill, just very quiet, very cozy looking there, and like just being there kind of helped me motivate a little bit more. Because like I'd say like one thing, if you're ever like writing something, find a good place that you just enjoy to be at while you write, like somewhere just quiet like that. I mean, just where you can vibe to, just chill. Like it's a very good, very cool place. And I do have some bad news. That place is called the Daily Planet Coffee, and any local listeners, it's unfortunately closed at the moment.
Yeah.
So
That's awesome.
it was a nice it was a very nice time. I don't know if you can see it, but one of my paintings under there, that painting right down there, I actually bought it there.
Yep.
Could try to make room for it.
Yep.
There's a painting I have. This globe is in the way. There's a painting over there of like the sky or whatever.
Yeah.
I bought that there from a local artist who actually know the owner of the place. So I actually got myself a little souvenir before the place was gone, which was nice. It was a pretty cool day. It was also Halloween too, 2021. It was a fun day.
Okay.
So
I do want to say thank you for the 95 bits. First of all, Kings Joe. And secondly, Carson, what's up?
Carson's here. Let's go.
¿Cómo estás? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? All right. Yeah. So that place, you know, there's so many different spots around the city that are so near and dear to us, but like, because we've formed so many memories. Like for example, the tavern that we go to every Tuesday. It's
yes.
It's our karaoke spot, and it's just so lit every time.
My favorite bar in this town. Yes.
Yeah, seriously.
And another thing that just makes it lit is just like really the people that are there too. Like very welcoming, good people there.
I mean, our city. I'm not gonna say where obviously, but our city has good people.
Yeah.
Our city has great people. You know, it's notorious for, I guess, having good neighbors.
Yeah.
It's literally known for that, which is fantastic. I'm feeling better. Good, Carson. That's fantastic to hear. Love to see it. All right. Okay. Did I answer this question? What is my process in writing a screenplay? I think I did.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I did. All right. Your turn, Telly.
Oh, for another question? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see. What do I have? Okay, because that was a good question. Let's see.
The brain teasers are coming. Don't worry.
All right. So I'm not going in any order. I'm just going in order I feel like is good. Okay, here's one. How many years have you been into acting and theater?
We did stage plays, in elementary school and middle school, like those kinds of things. I remember doing Wizard of Oz and having to ride a bicycle across the stage when I was a little kid, 5th grade. I was old. I got to do the
Nice.
But we did a lot of stage plays and musicals, like little, but just the silly kid show stuff. And then I didn't really do like real theater until high school. I was very, very shy. I was so much shy, like I got held back a grade in like elementary school because they thought that I wasn't going to be developed enough to move on with my classmates. So I was just really, really shy. It got to the point where like I auditioned for a play in high school. My hands were just doing the whole shaking thing, and I just couldn't. I could not. I was unbelievably nervous. So I started off working backstage. But I did like a lot of props and stuff backstage, and then we got a different. Well, and I did like background stuff. We did. I don't know if you've ever heard of this Barry Manilow musical. What was it? I'll have to think of the title soon, but we did like a musical that was like Barry Manilow because our drama teacher was obsessed with Barry Manilow. Yeah. And we wear like chorus hats, like 1940, like just like showgirl stuff. And then we got a different drama teacher that did Into the Woods, and that was my very first. I just basically threw myself out there. I played Little Red Riding Hood in Into the Woods. Yeah. The musical was my first step into it, and then we did Romeo and Juliet. And it was cool playing Juliet. So I kind of just got up enough gut and just like threw it into it. But I had a really awesome drama teacher that her name was Miss Kendrick, and she was super, super inspiring and helped me get out of the shell. So she kind of is huge with credit and getting me out of my shell and giving me enough confidence to go. And then I just fell in love with it from there.
Ninja Thorn, hi.
Ninja Thorn is here.
What? Ninja Thorn.
Oh, you said Ninja Thorn's here.
Ninja Thorn is here. What's up? So I'll kind of speak on that a little bit. I've always been like a singer, more musically oriented type person. So like theater was like kind of like out of what I wanted to do. Like I want to go into I did choir for like 4 years of high school, and then the last two, I did my first show was Annie, and I was Drake, and so I did that. That was fun. And I did some through college, but it wasn't literally until what Telly, like 2 years ago, three, what?
Yeah. Yeah, so like I mean, this is the same for me too. I never really was into theater that much, but then just really, I just kind of got into it basically by like like a film we worked on with our other host Punky, but and then I just kind of found my way working into theater just by like connections and stuff. So like 2 years ago is our local company we always work with, Inclusive Theater. Like there was auditions for it 2 years ago, like December like 2021, and like we both went to the auditions. I was kind of nervous at first, but just when I was there, just acting like with Dragon and just other people I know on stage, like, I just got kind of into it. Just I was nervous at first because like I never really did anything like that, but like just being up there with my friends and stuff kind of made me feel more welcome doing it, just feel more comfortable. And like we had our auditions, it went very well. We got the part. So our first show, well, this was for a different show, but this show was supposed to happen at one point, but unfortunately COVID kind of happened in the beginning of 2022. But in the spring of last year, like basically around this time last year, we had our very first show. It was with that company. It was we did Shakespeare's As You Like It, which was a lot of fun. Probably my favorite show I've ever done, actually. It was like springtime last year. Just basically like in a couple weeks, it'll be 1 year since then. So
Crazy.
Probably my favorite show right there.
Crazy.
We talked about this quite a bit on the podcast. I know we talked about it last season a lot. So it's a reoccurring thing that's probably gonna be like brought up a lot.
That show gets talked more. We talk about that show more than we mention the name of the podcast on the podcast. It's
you're right.
Kind of hilarious.
We do a lot.
That show was my first time actually doing musical direction, which is a beast on its own. It's just like because like having to act in a show, and in the same show you're also doing music direction, is crazy. But but what is even crazier is directing 3 short plays and in the same festival also acting. That's even crazier, which we'll talk about.
That's the show that we actually had the audition for and got the part for.
Yeah. But no, this was fantastic. This was a great start for us. Had we not done that film, we wouldn't.
Oh yeah, I'd be a completely different person now. Yeah. You never know what would have happened.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, here, I've got a question for you. Who inspires you?
Okay, that's a good one.
Me first?
Yeah.
Well, do you mean like just anyone?
Yes.
Or is it...
Yes. Open-ended.
I have multiple people that inspire me.
Okay.
And I'll go back to like the very first person. I'll speak about my drama teacher. She did so much to inspire me to keep going and to get over being shy.
Yeah.
And she coached me all the way. That was my junior and senior year, and it's the 2 best years of my high school because I did marching band and everything, and I wanted to do drama club, but I was really nervous and I didn't think that I had it in me. And she just kind of just stuck with me, and I've always loved film and theater, always, and I'd always watch like the behind the scenes on film and just love seeing everything come together. And it's just like, I don't know, I feel like she was just like meant to be like there at that particular time to like come in my life to give me the inspiration to keep going, and she gave me the chance.
It's almost like when the way I see it is like when you're looking for something, when you're looking for that help, when you're looking for that chance to be inspired, somebody somewhere somehow just pops into your life to be like, hey, look, I got you. You know, sometimes you're like, okay, this is taking a little too long. This is taking maybe a little longer than it needs to, but it does happen.
Mm-hmm.
If she didn't give me that roll into the woods, I don't know what would have happened.
Yeah.
I want to give you a chance, and it was a pretty big role for someone that has not been in a musical, like a for real musical before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, that's
Nice.
great. That's great. Like to have somebody who, you know, literally one defining moment, to have the one defining moment with that person, and for that one defining moment to literally change everything in a positive way is just so good. It's just so good, because we all need that. We all need that. Hey, look, this is where I started, and this is where I am now. I saw a post on Facebook that I wish to share with you guys. I'll read it here. I actually shared it. Let me see. Just remember, 5 years ago, you dreamed about where you are now.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And that has been sitting in my heart for the past couple of days, because it's really like, wow. It's true, because I started over here. I started as just a friend helping my friend make this film.
Yeah.
And now we're here, having directed multiple shows, having done music, having been acted. Like there's like so much. There's like so much. And you know, it's good to be reflect back on and be grateful for those defining moments that change your life, those defining moments that lift you up, you know? All right.
Yeah, for sure.
And okay, Telly, do you want to answer this?
Yeah, let's say like who inspires me. I could say like probably like yeah, kind of like how you guys are saying right there. Kind of like my friends and people who are surrounding me kind of inspire me. Kind of like how you were talk about like the off chance of like how we got into like when we were working on that movie, and then like then now here we are, like got our foot in the door with like all the theater stuff like that. I'd say like what inspires me is just like my friends around me who do like similar things like that, like my friends in acting and everything like that. In my like in our like theater circle, they're big inspirations to me to just keep to pursue it a lot further. So yeah, that's a good answer for me.
I do want to give a shout out to my chat here, because they definitely inspire me to.
Oh yeah, for sure.
To keep trying to you know, despite whatever's happening, to still come back to them, because it is such a safe space to be in. Because you know, it's not just the streamer providing a safe space. It's also how do you feel as a content creator coming into the space over and over again? Do you feel fulfilled? Do you feel safe? Do you feel comfortable? And every time, without question, the answer is always yes. Yes, I do. And I'm grateful, frankly. We'll actually talk about that a little bit later, but yeah. Telly, your question.
Yeah. All right. Okay, let's see. What do we have? All right. I have a really good one. This question, I think we can all answer it, but this is a good question that also me and Dragon should think upon, and because it's something that's going to happen to us pretty soon. How do you prepare for an audition?
Ooh. Well, who wants to answer this first?
I'll have to think about that one.
I might know an answer, but I'm always going to defer to our guest first.
I'm thinking of something. I just got to piece it together.
What's that?
I just had an audition, so I couldn't.
Oh. Well, it's going to be fresh then.
Yeah. First, I do it in phases. I have like a phase of where I freak out and get really excited and just like jump around going, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Jumping around, being all excited. And then I allow myself to loosen up just by being completely silly. And I, you do like video auditions and in-person auditions. And for video auditions, I have a lot of outtakes. Like I'll record, I'll just put the camera on and like do like just talk out loud and just be super silly and try to be as relaxed as possible instead of focus on something. So I've got so many outtakes of like so many silly.
I feel like I feel like I would do that too, because I was considering doing a video audition for an upcoming audition I have, but I feel like I was just thinking about it, I feel like I would probably have a lot of outtakes too.
Yeah.
Because it takes me quite a few tries to do a successful TikTok sometimes, so who knows how many tries it'll take to do this.
Yeah, because audition is so much different from TikTok, because you're like there's no stakes with the TikTok. With an audition, you're auditioning.
Right.
Like this is a chance for you to showcase your ability to be like to potentially become embedded with a company for this season, which is what we're kind of going to be going for on the 22nd of this month, which is going to be insane. So I find it just piece by piece, like you, Sage, kind of piece by piece is okay. I have to do a 32 bar song. I have to do 32 bars of a song, and I was like, literally until yesterday, I kid you not, I had no idea what 32 bars was. I was like, you're speaking an alien language to me, because I do music by hearing it and in chords. You put sheet music in front of me, what is that?
Yeah, me too.
I didn't know either when I first started music, like trying to come up with a musical audition. They're like 32 bars. I'm like, I was counting the bars. Oh, so up to here.
Yeah, I think it's literally that. It's you literally count the measures. 32 measures. So I'm doing that first. That's I've got my song already picked out, and now I'm just like, okay, step 2, figure out 2 monologues. One is a Shakespearean monologue and one is a regular contemporary monologue. That's gonna be fun. I'm excited because this is a theater that I've been really wanting to get into, and we're kind of tight with the owner, so I really want to work extra hard to show that everything you know about us is correct.
Because it's a big opportunity.
It's a huge opportunity that I don't want to throw away.
Me too. Yeah.
So just each day I'm doing little by little and building onto it for these 20 or so days that are left until the audition. But so really I do what you do, piece by piece.
Yeah, me too. I do that too. If I'm getting ready for it, and I'm just nervous thinking about it, one thing I always like to do the day before I do something big, if I'm nervous for it, I just like to watch something funny to just calm my nerves, get me more prepared for it. Like a comfort show of mine is Impractical Jokers. That's a big one for me. Usually watch that if I have something big coming up, like an audition or just anything in life just getting nervous for. I'll just watch that to get me kind of warmed up.
Yep. Okay. Chat, for everybody just coming in, just letting you know, you can ask questions as well. Being aware of what headspace you are in seems crucial. Yes, because
that's true.
Because if you're carrying like pain or sadness or one thing or another, and you go into audition, that's gonna come out. Sometimes, depending on what you're auditioning for, that can help you.
Oh, that's true, yeah.
However, if it's like a comedy play and you had a bad day and you're auditioning for something like a comedic piece, that could clash and actually
Yeah.
end up hurting you. So definitely, Ninja Thorn, you're definitely right in terms
That's
of
true.
being aware of your headspace, going in with clarity, just for lack of a better word, just leaving everything at the door when you walk into an audition space. It's easier said than done.
Well,
But-
with film, you have to like condense it in one take.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Pressure of it too, because then I get really in my head sometimes where I'm like, that wasn't good enough. I could do better, and then you're just like over and over and over again, and then you just almost have to just feel like if you feel good about one, just stop there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to stop yourself because you could keep recording and recording and recording.
Yeah. It's definitely like cuz then your 5-minute self-tape can become 15 minutes of the same thing over and over again. I think that's a beast I'll have to contend with when, cuz I'll be doing a video audition for this upcoming thing more than likely. So that's a beast that I'll have to contend with. That'll be interesting to say the least. All right, my turn.
Think so. Yeah.
Before we move on, anything you want to add, Sage, before we move on?
I mean, really, it was just I like talking about the headspace, and then allowing yourself to get there. And again, with film, it's just trying to fit that. It's tough trying to get to that headspace and just trying to fit it all in that one. You only have like 1 minute to show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get your slate shot. You say your name, say your agency if you have it.
Yep.
You say where you're from, and then you move right into it. And you have at that point like 45 seconds to show all of this, and that's it. And that's why it's so much pressure to just condense it into a really good take, and then you can get in your head about it, and you have to not let yourself get into your head going, I can do better, I can do it better.
Right.
So anyway.
Right. All right. So here we go. Whoa!
Whoa.
Are you trying to break me tonight?
I think that's a yes.
Is
Do it again.
Oh my God! Is that your plan? Is that your plan?
It is apparently. Look, take a look at that.
Oh my God! Oh Jesus! Oh Jesus! Oh my God! No! 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 But thank you for the biddies. But no. Why did you gotta say it? Do it again? Oh my God! Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. I won't say do it again. No, I won't.
Oh no, that was directed towards me. I said it.
Oh! Don't do it. Don't do it. Please, no. All right. Whew. All right. Here we go. Here comes a curveball.
Okay.
First of the night. What impact do you think COVID has had on theater and online content creation?
I've got a whole big soapbox about. I got a whole big soapbox for that because that's been my struggle for the past 3 years. It's really hard as a performer to have gone through COVID and to deal with something that you have no control over, but yet it takes away your livelihood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you can do about it. So I struggled a lot the last 2 years. Still getting auditions monthly.
That's good.
But not being able to book it because for me, there was a limitation on distance. And it was a frustrating thing. You had to be within 30-mile radius of the location in order to book the job.
Oh, wow.
It was frustrating because in order to book work, I'd have to completely uproot my life and move 2 hours to be close enough to keep booking work through COVID. And for me, I work from home. Yes, I have to be within a certain radius to keep my job. And it was just weighing it like, do I stay overnight at somebody's house so I can book something?
Yep.
But it was something really tough just to contend with. And that's my life, my career, and not have that. But then also finding different ways to be creative, like streaming and then writing screenplays and submitting them for screen competitions.
Yeah.
You know, things like that to get you through and give you that creative outlet until the industry comes back. Luckily, it's starting to come back.
Yeah.
Like I can't imagine, you know, Broadway was out for a long, long time.
Yeah.
It hit us so hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Having to deal with that was so tough.
So, what? So, I know that is like extremely draining. So, how did you, during this time, how did you find the energy to like and the inspiration to keep going, to keep pushing for more jobs, for more gigs, more auditions? Like, what fueled the fire of theater for you during a period where it was very difficult to do that?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, I struggled a lot. I was angry, I was devastated, I was upset. I cried a lot because it was just frustrating. Nothing that I could do would fix it. I did speak to a lot of counselors actually, and I had a really good. I spoke to a lot of mental health counselors because my mental health just tanked, you know, during the pandemic, because that was my life.
Yeah.
I was booking jobs multiple times a month, you know, before COVID hit. As soon as COVID hit, it just stands still.
Yep.
It's gone, poof. And just dealing with the fallout of that was worst. I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. It was like the worst moment of my life, the worst 3 years.
Okay.
And I spoke to one counselor that changed my perspective on it. And she gave me the biggest tough love talk, because here I was feeling sorry for myself, being upset and saying the same thing over and over and over again. And she basically said, then why don't you do something about it?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? You just gonna give up? And I was just like, this is not what I expected. I expected somebody to give me the constant, you know, sorry, you know, it'll come back, you know, have hope. And then here she is with like hardball.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
No, what she's saying is correct. She's like I just put myself through grad school with this and this and this and this and all this stuff going on. She's like, did I complain about it? No, I just kept doing it. I kept going. I was like, ouch, but you're you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ninja Thorn says you're not alone. Everyone took a mental hit during COVID. I think I'm glad you found effective help, Sky. Yeah.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It was, you know, it was rough, like on everybody, because like I can kind of speak on my self too in terms of theater. I had to miss 2 shows.
Oh yeah.
When I got COVID, and that was the worst thing. And you know what didn't help is literally the director, my director telling me, oh, so you were sick enough, you weren't sick enough to sing, but you were sick enough to not show up for a show. I'm like,
yeah, what he means by that is because Dragon just posted on Facebook of just a clip of him just singing a cover of a song or something like that, and then like the guy just like, I don't know, kind of snapped at that.
I'm like, first of all, back off.
Yeah.
that was yeah, that was not fun. But yeah, I'm glad that you were able to fight through that, and you found the, I guess, the regularity in theater again. I don't know if that's the right way to put it, I guess, but yeah, great. All right.
I think it's my turn next.
It's your turn, correct.
All right, let's see. What do we have? Let's see. Just looking to see what I got here.
All right.
All right, I have a good one here. This is something we'd like to ask other friends of ours who do theater. What advice would you give to someone who is getting into theater or film or anything like that? Yeah. Or directing, anything like that. Yeah, anything related to theater, like acting, directing, film, anything like that.
I would just say say yes to everything. You know, just say like, I want to try it this way. Say yes. You know, just don't feel like you're limited by other people. You know, yeah, you can hear opinions, but you know, don't feel like you have to box yourself or like dull yourself in the presence of other creatives. You know,
Yeah.
just have someone that struggled with being shy. You know, just take it. You know, take it step by step until you feel comfortable. But honestly, just feel free to be silly. Feel free to try whatever you want to do. You know, they always say just let yourself go out on stage, because you know you kind of put yourself in a box going, I don't want to feel silly, I don't want to make the wrong choices, I don't want to do something wrong. There's nothing wrong in the creative art.
That's true.
Yeah.
Make good choices. I think that's what one of the teachers.
Yeah.
Make good choices, make brave, bold choices, and just any choice is a good choice.
That's true. Yeah.
And I don't know about like in other cities, but like in our city, theater is one of the. I'm sure this is like this everywhere.
Yeah.
It's one of the most open, encouraging, and welcoming places. So even if you do fall, even if something doesn't go exactly how you want it to go, there's people to guide you.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, there's people who are gonna be like, hey, let's take this moment and let's learn from it. Sage is bringing me happy tears. Says Flango. Kind of for everyone, and I don't know if this came up already. What is your favorite role?
That's a good question.
I will start this, and then I'll pass this off to Sage. Excuse me.
Yeah, it's kind of one of my questions
my
too.
Favorite role, as in what I've done or what I want to do.
I take it as like what you've done.
What I've done is probably, honestly, anything in As You Like It. Literally,
Yeah,
that
Me too.
that
Yeah, that's
play.
my answer for a lot of stuff. Yeah.
I will talk about it till the end of time, how much I love that show. Or both, if you have aspirations. I want to hear it.
Okay.
I want to play
Got that.
I want to play as the Phantom of the Opera one day.
All right. Nice.
I have
And-
trained my voice up to be able to sing those songs, because those songs are fucking hard, man.
Yeah.
They're really hard to sing, but I've been able to train my voice up to that. So, Sage, your turn. What is what kind of role? What is your favorite role that you've done, and what is a role you would like to do? I'll just kind of compound them together.
I'm gonna link them between, I guess, comedy and drama, because I have both. Favorite in both.
Yep.
I love
Okay.
Grace Fryer and Radium Girls. It's based on historical, back when they had radium tile painters in the war.
Yeah.
And it was actually based off where they would, lick the paint, to tip the brush and then do that. I believe she was real, based on a real person. She fought. Her friends started getting radiation poisoning, and then they would develop illnesses and tumors and stuff. But she would fight the court for rights. It was a strong piece. Like, she was, becoming physically disabled, due to this cancer that was growing in her from all of that. It was just such an intense drama, but it was a freaking beautiful piece. It's such a strong. I like strong female roles that are fighting the establishment. It was one of my favorite roles because it was just so powerful.
Yeah.
That one was good, and then of course Treasure Island as a fantasy one.
Nice.
Pirate with an accent. And I was dressed up as, I played Blind Pew.
Very nice.
And then also Dick Jones, and we had the Cockney accents, and then like the dreads and everything like
Very
that.
nice.
And then the beard and everything like that. That was one of my favorite roles because it's so funny, but it was also fantasy roles. As far as like stuff I want to do, I've always wanted to play a villain. It's hard for me to play a villain because I'm not typecast as a villain type character. But I want to play a villain and like some epic fantasy, like maybe Pirates of the Caribbean or Lord of the Rings, or like sort of Game of Thrones kind of shows, like medieval. Always wanted to do
Nice. Very cool. Yeah, I'd say for me, like a dream role. Well, favorite role, I kind of said like My Stuff and As You Like It was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And then dream role for me, this is another kind of fantasy related one, sort of. I'd say maybe a Star Wars character. like doesn't have to be like in a movie. It could be one of the movies, but like maybe a character who's in like one of the Disney Plus shows, something like that. Anything really Star Wars related, I think would be very cool for me to do. I would love to do that. I mean, that's kind of out there, but like, hey, that's something cool I'd like to do.
I put this in chat for Flango, but if you get a moment, please drop your IMDb for everybody to check out as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. My turn.
Yeah.
What's up? What's that?
I was just joking. I was like, a lot of that stuff is like
Oh.
Okay, so let's go ahead and yeah, my turn.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is a challenge that you have faced in general, and how have you overcome it?
Oh, that's a good one.
a challenge I've faced.
Yeah.
How have I overcome it? I mean, like in a show or
Anything. It's just a general question.
honestly, it was getting over being shy
Yeah.
and letting myself, because it was a process. I would be told by directors, that I'm thinking too much. Like that was a problem, is I would overthink. That's just how my brain would be, and it took a bit to allow myself to be free on stage or be free on film and not be so stiff.
Oh, okay. We'll address that in a second.
Here we go.
There we go. There
we
it is.
go. There it is. I've been waiting for this.
All right. I'll let Sage finish her answer first, though.
Yeah, it was just mainly letting myself just be open to the character and just go out there and just do it without feeling like I was in a box, because I felt like if I'd made the wrong choice, then it would be great. And then it just got to the point where I just said, you know what, just threw it all out the window. And I think it came out when I did Blind Pew in Treasure Island, because then I just let myself explore and have fun with it. It ended up being one of the best roles ever, because it was just constantly just inviting people. I love acting with those that are bold in their choices, because it's fun to play off of them, and the more bold that they are, the more fun it is, because then you don't know what's happening. You get to react in real time. Yep. So.
And that's the beauty of it too, because when somebody brings out a quirk that you're not expecting, the reaction is even better, like the live reaction. That's why I think that's why I think I like theater so much more, because it's all right there, it's all in the moment, and whatever is happening, you just have to go with it, You have to go with it, and it's fantastic.
Sometimes they say the show must go on if there's ever an issue, like if you forget your lines or something like that, or something along the lines happens. Yeah, the show must go on. You just got to keep going.
2 words: yes and. Yes and. Yes and. Kirk says, "Sup, take dinner out to me, baby." Yes. So we have a thing, right? Where Kirk always asks me out to dinner. We haven't ever actually gone to dinner yet.
You will one day.
One day. But okay, today, what are we having today? Let's go to the ice cream place that Punky now works at.
Oh, yeah, let's do that. Let's go to Punky's new work, yeah.
Because Punky got a new job at an ice cream place. So we're not... He sent me nudes once, though.
All right.
Noodles,
yes.
Noodles, we're talking about noodles.
We're talking about noodles, yeah.
Out of context, that sounds awful. Um. All right. All right. Let me see. Oh, I can imagine. Does anybody else hate how they sound on a video or recording? Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes.
It is awful.
I do not like that.
I I just derail conversations. Might be back to it. Oh my god. Oh my god. It wouldn't be fun without you though. I love when you derail conversations. It's
Right.
really amazing. All right. My little morsel of chaos every single day. But yeah, Telly.
All right. Let's see. Okay, I'm just looking to see if I have any other like theater related ones because I think I'm just about running out. Well, I got a good one right here. Well, we talked about our favorite thing we've done in like production. I have one question here. What would be your favorite production you've ever been in here?
Whatever theater production was my favorite.
Yeah, that you've ever done.
It would have to be. It's a tie between Into the Woods
Mhm.
and Treasure Island.
Very
Okay.
nice.
As
Nice.
a fantasy, I love fantasy. We had sword
Oh,
fight
yeah.
in Treasure Island. We had a ship in Treasure
Oh.
Island. Our stage crew built half a ship, and you could actually go inside and climb up the rail, like the ladder,
Ooh.
and like had a
Nice.
mast, and then like a whole railing on the deck. There were a lot of really cool set pieces to explore, and it was really cool hanging off of the ship. And
Oh.
Oh,
It
that's
was-
cool.
yeah, it just had a fun like place to play around with.
Yeah.
And Into the Woods, of course, it was very simple, but it was really cool playing Little Red Riding Hood when she was such a brat. And I loved it. And it was one of those where you could feel comfortable singing because she was just such a brat. I only did Act 1 because Act 2 was really dark.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good though when you can like, I guess play somebody else for like an hour or two, like just put on a different character. It's fun to be like, hey, I feel natural here because it's not actually me. It's somebody. I'm portraying somebody else, and I don't know. It's weird because it's still you, but it's like it feels natural to
Yeah.
just be somebody else because that's not every time I'm on stage I'm feeling like this is not Dragon, this is this character.
Yeah. Me too. Yeah.
This is who I am in that moment. Dragon is outside the building chilling
Yeah.
somewhere. All right, let's see here. All right. What is a day in the life of an actor and streamer look like?
There we
And
go. That's a good one.
we will all answer this.
Month of an actor streamer. They're close together. Honestly, I really enjoy. My streaming is like, I like to do like what I do with acting. I like to entertain. I like to cheer everybody up. I like to tell a story, and that's kind of like why I like RPGs so much. I like strong narrative games.
Yeah.
Because it's like you're telling a story. You're helping tell a story by streaming and having that experience with your viewers and people that come in.
Yeah.
You're telling the story, and you all get to share an experience. The same thing as actors and the audience and the behind the scenes, props, stage managers, they all share an experience. They all contribute to the overall experience. And even the viewers in your channel contribute to the overall experience.
Yeah.
So you all have a experience together. So it's very closely tied in to acting and to film and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right about that.
It's if I'd imagine for like actors and streamers, it's like a very easy transition because like working they have a community that they work with that they like you said share an experience with, and they become natural at it. So I'd imagine the transition would be quite smooth because it's literally the same thing. I mean, I feel like though in theater it's usually a little more detached just due to the fourth wall situation.
Yeah.
You can't interact as like actively, but like there is still elements of interaction just depending on the play. Just depending on how you execute a play, and just the effort that you put into bringing a product to the audience, it's very much like that. I mean, sure, in streaming it's a little more involved where you get live input. I mean, I guess in a way with theater you can kind of get that as well, but like here you get actual like chat input, and you get bits and subs and all that and stuff, and that so it's definitely interesting for it felt natural. Theater going from theater into streaming feels natural.
Yeah.
Even though it's a little bit different where you're talking one-on-one as opposed to being part of a company. You have to be your own director, your own stage manager, your own producer, your own everything. But it still just feels natural. Telly, do you want to add anything to that?
Yeah, kind of like just what you said there. Basically, they're very similar. You just there's elements to it that can be similar, like the community, like you said right there. Yeah, pretty much like that. I agree with that.
Yeah. And a lot of the skills that I've learned from streaming, I've been able to bring into theater, just that confidence piece, and just knowing how to
address a crowd.
How to address a crowd, because it's gone from where I'm looking above the crowd to now I look at them directly in the face. I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at you and I'm talking to you. I don't care. I don't care about the fourth wall. I'm talking to you.
I've done that a couple times. Yeah, I feel like I should keep doing that a little bit more, especially with my next show. I think I should do that.
Yeah, especially like during like a monologue piece.
Monologue, because I know for my show in the summer I had some monologues for that. I know I did look in the crowd a couple times. I saw a couple familiar faces. When I did, I made sure to give them a look. Yeah, I know for my monologue pieces, I definitely did that quite a bit.
Yeah.
And then for actual, like when you're with a scene partner, that's kind of hard to do that sometimes because you're talking to them,
Yeah.
Like, but there is parts where you can kind of just look to the crowd too when you're saying it. I did that a couple of times too. But yeah.
And if I see a familiar face, and I've had this happen to me, is when I was in the audience, like when a familiar face is spotted, you get looked at, like directly looked at. They'll literally ignore the rest of the crowd and single you out. They'll be like, so you're here, cool.
Yeah, I've seen that happen to me before. Yeah, or someone even told me like, oh yeah, I seen you there, and like, oh no, it's somebody I know. I got to make sure to like not get nervous or mess up,
Yeah. But see, that's the thing. The thing with theater is there is no judgment.
Yeah.
Even if you mess up, there is no judgment.
That's true.
And that is the beauty of theater, and kind of tying this back to Twitch as well. There is no judgment. If okay, so you're bad at a game, or okay, you messed up a couple of lines. Cool. Rock and roll. Embrace the chaos. Embrace the chaos. Let's go.
Yeah.
Like you gotta, what brings comfort is when you have people who support you with you, and they're like, you know what, that's fine, keep going, you got it. That's the biggest boost in morale that you can ever get.
I can think of times where some of our directors did that for us.
Oh yeah. And the one time that you saved the show.
Oh, me? Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
that was interesting.
But they've
that was cool.
too. too, like when something happens and you have to save the show.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
his director literally, because I was in that show too, in that short play festival. His director literally came up to him, and was like, "You gotta save the show." I think.
Oh yeah, and As You Like It, right?
As You Like It, yeah, and
Oh, I have to think about part for that. Yeah.
yeah, not only As You Like It, but also the time when I got COVID,
Yeah.
and
like
I was out for 2 shows.
yeah, with As You Like It, yeah, because like one of my scene partners was struggling a little bit, and like stage manager kind of came up to me. She's like, "Whatever you do, you gotta help him out, save him up there." And I did that. I kind of like gave him keywords to like kind of remember what to say for, because he there's a couple of points where he'd get kind of forget. But yeah, I had to try to like help him out a little bit on stage, because yeah, you gotta keep going if you forget your lines. You just gotta
Yeah.
make up whatever to keep going. And then yeah, like when Dragon had COVID, like there was a replacement for Dragon. We didn't like cancel his play or nothing like that, like because there was we had an actor come in who was like an understudy or whatever. He was like just a understudy background character or whatever. He kind of took Dragon's spot for the day because that was the day Dragon had COVID. And yeah, that person, they unfortunately did forget their lines, and like there was parts where him and a couple of, it was also kind of messing with the other actors on stage too. So I kind of like I remembered most of the script, so I kind of fed them lines again too, and kind of like just made stuff up on the fly to get it to go through. And like the director noticed that and really liked it. So like, I mean, it's something he usually, like whenever we work pretty close with him too, and it's something he usually might spring up every now and then too, which is cool.
And crazy enough, that is the same director who owns the company that we're about to audition for.
Yeah.
On the 22nd. It's great. It's great.
We'll see him this week too. Not for an audition though.
Yeah, just to go watch a show.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Sunday Perspective podcast, where little things can have the hosts going on tangents. That's fantastic.
Yes. But that's okay though.
All right. No, today is about Sage. So let's get back to that.
Yeah.
All right.
I think I just went. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay, I'll go. What is your biggest goal for the year?
Oh, that's good.
I have 2. One for streaming.
Okay.
I would like to reach another level. Of course, I'd like to reach 1K is my goal, and then build my YouTube channel like that. I want to reach a certain level with my Twitch and my YouTube. Of course, that's just a goal, loose goal. Acting one, my goal is I want to book at least a film job between now and the end of the year. Since coming back, restrictions are lowering. My agent told me that the restrictions are a lot loose. They're not requiring testing anymore and things like that. So I'm getting the feeling it's coming back slowly. So I'm going to start getting more proactive with it and getting some new headshots done and be ready to go. But yeah, I would like to get everything planned, figuring out what to do with Alfred while I go on film, and just kind of start in those places, blocks back in place to where they were before the pandemic, and ready to go when I'm ready to go. But I want to get at least one film job, and I feel like it's possible now. So
you got this. You
Yeah.
absolutely got
I'm
this.
ready to get that stuff together and go.
Yeah, right. Flango says, wait till you hear his ASMR. Oh my god. You
gotta redeem that first. We don't do it for free.
Would not. I don't do that for free. Biggest goal for me for the year is to get into that company that I'm auditioning for.
Me too, yeah. Same here.
That is my biggest goal. I don't do like super big goals. I do like very teeny tiny goals usually. In terms of streaming, is reach 400 by the end of the year.
Okay.
That's,
yeah.
Finish 400, break 400 by oh god.
Yeah.
So yeah, in regards to streaming, I actually want to point this out. I've talked about it quite a bit, but I'll say it here for you, Sage. I actually hit one of my goals on Twitch this year, which was hit affiliate in February. I think it was. Yeah, February. I hit affiliate. I was working towards it for a while, and I finally hit it. So that's one goal, and then probably I think I'm at. Okay, yeah, I'd say get 100 followers. Yeah, I'll make that a small short-term goal for Twitch. I'm almost there, so put that there. And also just get into that theater company, and maybe get into other theater companies too, because there's other ones in this area that would be nice to try. So definitely do more auditions and stuff like that. Stay more active in the theater community.
All right, we are coming to a close really fast. I am currently redeeming the ASMRs. That's why I'm talking like this. So, all right. Here's an interesting one. If you could go back in time and talk to any part of yourself, where would you go and why?
That's a good one.
Any part of my life.
Yeah.
To relive again, or just be there to talk, like say something to yourself?
Say something to yourself.
I would visit myself back in high school.
Yeah.
Because there were times, you know, I'm sure everybody here has gone through some tough times in high school, fitting in, bullying, things like that. Where you're not good enough, and you're being told by peers that that you're not good enough, or you're trying to do something that you really, really want to do, and you feel very deflated and everything like that. I want to go back to that time and push myself and say, it's going to get better. Keep your head up. You're going to be miles upon miles away from all of this and to a much better part of your life, and to keep pushing. Just be there to encourage yourself.
That's incredibly important. I feel like definitely everybody goes through that, and like the important bit here is to definitely seeing the growth that you as a person go through, and kind of looking back like, hey, look, I was there, and now I'm over here, and I'm definitely better for it. This was a journey for me, and sometimes it sucked, but it got me where I am. I at least that's how I look at it. I'm like, I try to I always have looked at things as like, hey, but look at where I'm at now, that kind of thing. Yeah,
like a mirror to them, like, look at you now.
Yeah, literally. Here, look at what you're doing now.
Now, but
yeah,
gonna be.
Yeah, right. Wolf, hello, welcome
Wolf
in.
is here. Wolfie.
Been lurking and loving this podcast. Thank you,
Nice.
Wolf. Thank you for the lurks.
Thank you.
Appreciate you. Wolf is actually going to be coming onto the podcast soon. First week of June for Pride Month. So
That's right.
Yeah, look for that in June.
That's gonna be a fun episode.
Yeah. All right. My last question.
Ooh, we got one comment right here.
Only thing to remember is with haters, mind over matter. You shouldn't mind because they don't matter. Yeah.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
true.
And it's very important to have a very good support group, because I will say this as somebody, first 2 years of high school, I didn't have a good support group. That becomes really hard to accept. Because when you don't have somebody to ground you, to be like, hey, like a friends group in that same space, to be like, hey, look, don't listen to what they're saying because they're just haters. They want to hate just to hate. Without that, it becomes so much more difficult to accept, to be like, yeah, maybe I'm better than what they're saying I am. It's easy to get in your own head, and I'm lucky now to have, frankly, my wonderful friends, and I will highlight him every time. Telly, I will highlight Telly every time, cause like he's my anchor. He grounds me. He's a really one of my absolute best homies. And I will say that's right in front of you, man, because I love you and you're awesome. Every
Thank
time.
you.
Yeah, no. It's your support group, the people that you surround yourself with make who you are.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
They make you. They're part of the reason why you become who you are in the moment that you are. So yeah, that is Kelly, you wanna did you just ask, was it you that just asked the question, or was it
No,
me?
I think it was you.
Me? All right, final question, and then we'll
Yeah, this
close
is-
it.
This is one right here I have that we always ask. What is a hidden talent or hobby that you can share with us?
Hidden talent.
Yeah.
Well, it's not exactly hidden, but I do aerial dance. But if you're talking about hidden, I could turn my arm backwards.
Oh,
really?
interesting. Oh,
Oh, nice.
oh.
Used to love when I would play. We did like a cave haunting thing, and I would always play Samara. So I'd climb out of the well, like all distorted.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
oh man,
cool.
that was
I feel like
interesting.
awesome. I liked scaring people crawling out of the TV, and I'd have
just like with the arms out. Oh my god, that's hilarious. The Flango says, "My eyes." Also, thank you for contributing 4,000 total points to the Urdu learning stream. It's basically Sage. It's basically a bilingual. Like because I'm bilingual. My first language is Urdu, and I basically teach my language to anybody who comes in, and we do that. So that's what that's about. All right, final question, Telly. Before my final question, before we do the final question. Don't thank me. Thank my strawberry smoothie. Sage as Samara. Interesting. Yeah. All right. Let me see what my last question will be. Okay, here we go. What steps do you take to ensure a safe space for your community?
Oh, that's a good one.
steps do I take? Well, I think a good example was when I played this last game. Was Martha is Dead is a very, very, very intense story.
Remember that.
There were like 4 different warnings before even playing the game.
Yeah.
And I took a long time to, wait for people to come in.
Yeah.
And warned them at any state if it was something that triggered them or subject matter that's very sensitive to them. Like it was, hey, you don't have to watch. You can leave at any moment. You can turn off the sound. You can look away. Go do something happy. Go do something that brings you joy. Yeah. It's very important that everybody feels safe in my community, and I always welcome anyone to reach out and to talk to me. I'm very huge on mental health. Health needs to be more it needs to be accepted more widely because it's still a stigma, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And it needs to be. We need to do better as a society to be.
So yeah.
Mental health. So I'm very big on that. I'm very big on, and another thing I loved about that game is that it gave a link to find help if you are struggling, and I feel like more games need to do that. I'm a big supporter of mental health, and I want anyone to reach out to me if they're ever troubled. They need to talk to. My Discord DM, my whispers are always open to anybody. I go out of my way to get people to reach out and to talk because it's important, to feel listened to. I just want them to feel safe and try to protect, against bullying and everything like that. Like I don't tolerate any of that stuff.
Yeah, it's very admirable, Sage. Seriously, that's so cool.
For sure.
I find myself, you know, smiling because some of these things that I've learned to do, as well as like the constant mental health check-ins. Like we were playing a game, a SWAT game, which was rather graphic, and I literally stop like every 15 minutes to be like, hey, are you guys okay to watch this? We can switch games. We can literally play anything else. Are y'all okay? Because for me, I don't stream so much just to play a game, but more to just hang out, and chit chat and see how my friends, my community are doing. Like to see if they're doing good, if they're, if they need somebody to talk to, even if it's literally, sometimes I'm like, I literally just throw on some lo-fi music, even if I don't feel like streaming. I'll just throw on some lo-fi music, throw on like a screen of like a hey, you are valid, like little affirmation screens. Like I almost want to make that, and then it's just music, and you're just hanging out, that kind of thing. Just we're existing in this space together. So that's something I've considered as well, to do that, because sometimes that's all you need. You don't need a high intensity game or even just to talk to anybody. You just need to exist with someone. You need the company more than you need the conversation.
For sure, yeah.
I remember actually getting a little shook when we were all playing Ready or Not. Yeah. And at that point, it was important for us to stop. It was important for us to stop and reset, because I picked up on that, and I was worried. I'm not gonna lie, Ninja Thorn. I was really worried about you, about how you were feeling in that moment. It wasn't. I could have cared less about the game at that moment, but I'm just glad that you did share it with us, and you feel comfortable enough to even begin to share that space with us, and it does mean a lot to me, seriously, that which is why I try to, you guys mean a lot to me, which is why we try to do these pauses, these check-ins to see, hey, are you okay? Because not games are not worth it if it's affecting you, if it's affecting you personally. So we can put the game on the back burner and just hang out, literally just hang out and decompress. I just had to take a step back for a second.
That's all good.
Yeah, which is very important. Sometimes, like, even that doesn't work. Sometimes you really do need to just take a break. You're just like, nah. None of this is working for me. I just need to step out for a minute, which is perfectly valid.
Yeah.
All right.
Like, I remember one thing we did for some certain episodes of the podcast, we put like a content warning or trigger warning in the title, which was good. Like when we talked about the mental health episode, I think, actually, that one, I think I remember we put it there, because I know we shared, each of the hosts, all of us shared stories of times where we had issues, like where we had some issues in our life, and like dealing with our mental health and things like that. So
it got heavy.
That episode got heavy, yeah, and then maybe the one about kindness too, because
the last episode, overcoming adversity, that got
that one too,
so heavy. We had to put a trigger warning.
Get heavy,
we had to put a content warning because of what we talked about, which we won't talk about here because we're not putting a content warning on this.
This is a more.
So I won't get too deep into that. To a point where we actually need to put a content warning.
No, we won't need to do that yet.
Oh my god, Flango. Really? Trigger warning, Flango shows his face. That's the scariest thing ever. I would run out of the room. No, I won't. Had to
Oh, yeah.
lighten the mood just a tad. No, we definitely appreciate that.
Yeah, we appreciate that. That's
it's
good. Always good to do that.
because the nature of the podcast brings out very real, very raw emotions. So it's important to definitely have the lighter mood. What?
Yeah.
What, Telly?
I don't know. Let's think of something funny.
Okay.
Flango, if you're listening, come into the Discord and laugh for me. You know what I'm talking about, Dragon?
Oh my.
Just this one little laugh like Flango does. It's just very funny. Like this funny kind of laugh. That just makes me laugh every time I hear it. I miss hearing that.
Oh my god. I need to put that on my soundboard. I need to just like put that laugh
put that on the soundboard. That's the perfect thing. Oh, he said he's gonna do it.
Oh my god. Maybe after the podcast, eh?
Oh, he's here. He's here.
Oh my. Okay, I guess this
Drag him in. Drag him in.
All right, I guess this is happening. We'll do it
See what it
quickly.
costs.
Hi. Are you in here?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. So
Laugh for us.
so do the thing, and then we'll ask our last question, and then we'll be out of here.
All right, I'll do it now.
All right, bye.
See, it was gonna be chaos.
Oh my god.
See what it caused.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh, I'm broken. Oh my god, damn. Oh my god, Flango. Okay. Whew. Give us a minute. Give us a minute.
I was just on something that's making me laugh more.
Oh my god. Okay.
Alright.
Whew. All right, Sage. We won't take up too much of your time here. So, do you have any questions for us?
Yeah.
What was your most challenging role?
Ooh, it's a good one.
My most
Okay.
challenge.
I have one. I know mine.
You know yours? Okay.
Yes.
I'll answer mine first. My most challenging role. Oh my god. I know I keep beating a dead horse, but like it was also As You Like It.
Spoiler alert, my answer is not. So do yours first.
The reason why, okay, it was a shorter script. It wasn't as long. But because I've done longer scripts and they weren't as hard. But check this out. Shakespearean language, fighting, literally stage combat.
That's right. There was a fight scene.
Yeah. And then on top of that, being the musical director, playing flute and piano. So that was probably the most difficult show I've done so far. Just with everything going on.
Yeah. All right.
So your turn.
All right. Yeah, that's a good answer. Yeah, I mean, well, my answer is different, but I gotta say I can agree with that to an extent because yeah, like that was my first show too, and learning Shakespeare as your first show could definitely be a challenge.
Oh yeah.
So I did take a lot of times. I talked about this a couple times before on Twitch. Like there's a couple times last year where I did take a few breaks on here to just really just do things like this, like prepare for shows. Because I remember one night it was my day to stream, and I was considering it, and I was like, nah, you know what? I'm not gonna stream. I'm gonna rehearse. And I'm glad I did that because I actually got my monologue down for my Shakespeare part. So
Very nice.
I'm happy I took those days to not stream and work on this. So there's probably gonna be days like this again when when we start rehearsals for our next Shakespeare show. And maybe if we get that show that we're gonna audition for, there's definitely gonna be days where I take longer breaks from streaming and things like that. But
It's coming, y'all. It's
That's
coming.
right.
Just letting you know there's gonna be breaks in my streaming schedule because I'm
Same
trying
here,
to
yeah.
learn lines.
It's gonna be a lot probably, so
Yeah,
let's give you
so
guys a heads up right now. But
yeah.
my most challenging role, I'd say, might I mean that's a good answer, but my second show I've done where we did the monologues, the short play festival. So for that one, it was a Marvel themed play where it was me, Punky, and two other actors. We played the Marvel phases, and what we would do is we would go up on stage, do these monologues in characters as of like Marvel characters. Like for me, I was Thor or Loki, one of the two, like someone in that embedded in that universe basically. And what they do is it's how they talk about how they cope with life during COVID basically. And it's a very, very good poem, a very, very good play. I'd say it's a challenge for me because I haven't done anything like a monologue like that where I talk like in a big crowd like that. And like at this very start, this is the play that we first auditioned for. And with that one, my lines were actually a lot shorter.
Yeah.
But then eventually someday during the summer when we were going to pick the show up after COVID, the writer, he actually wrote more to the play.
Yeah.
I mean, at first it seemed like it was a lot, but I understand why he did it. He basically did it just to get more depth and really just more depth and character to the story, really. Just make it longer, like make more sense. I'm glad he did because the final version is a lot better than the original version. I'll say that. It's perfect. I mean, it sounded like a lot to do at first, like, because my monologue was very short at the start, but now it's like 2 pages like long. It was pretty big.
Yeah.
So basically learning that took some time. I mean, I studied that like crazy. Like I remember just sitting outside waiting for an Uber outside on the bench outside of a Chipotle, just basically just doing my monologue to myself.
Yeah.
Like I was trying to get it done. And then like another reason why it was challenging because like I had one monologue at start. I had my monologue. I had that down perfectly. But unfortunately, here's a setback right here. There's an actor who was in the show. They just wasn't working out for them. They were not dedicated. They were always missing practices. They were just kind of disrespectful, not a good person. So we kicked them out. And I had to learn their lines. So I had to learn a whole nother monologue. So that was kind of hard. So what I did with that is our theater company, we do inclusive theater. If you have struggle with lines, sometimes they give you like a little piece to help you. So what I did was my character, I pretended to pull out an envelope, and inside the envelope was the script of the one I didn't memorize. So what I would do is I kind of knew some of it, but what I would do is I would have it with me and read it like I'm reading a letter if I needed to, which was nice. So having to learn those monologues was hard for me, and especially having to learn a new one within a week.
Yeah.
That was kind of hard for me because like it was going to be very short at the start. But just it happened to be that like there was more added to it, which in looking back isn't really a bad thing. I think it's good he did that. But the fact that I had to like eventually like learn a whole nother part was kind of hard for me too. So the whole character phase 2 was kind of a tough one, but like still fun to do. By the end of it, I knew it all basically, but like it was definitely a challenge having to just learn a new role on the kind of like a week before because the thing with this person just wasn't working out. And it was originally my part to begin with, but then like we actually got this person from the auditions, and it was kind of to make my life easier a little bit too, to like have someone else read the next like part of that phase. So unfortunately it didn't work out for that person, and I had to read their lines too. So it worked out at the end, but it was a challenge for some to do.
But you did it. That's
true.
the important bit. You did it.
Yeah.
No, it was hard, but you did it.
That's right, we did. It was good. I'm glad I did that. And I was also directing it too, and so were you.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing, yeah.
Yeah, that was... It's still wild to me, being, being in a show, and then as well as directing 3 plays in the same show. Like, that's...
Yeah.
I'm like... What contract did I decide to sign? Did I have a death wish to direct 3 plays and as well as act in one in the same thing? But yeah. All right. Well, any other questions you want to ask of us, chat as well? If you guys have any parting questions for us, we will take them and then we will be off.
Yes.
But I will say though this while we're waiting, Sage, you've been a fantastic guest.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Thank you, seriously. Thank you for
thank you.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for hanging out. It was fun.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's very exciting. We will put this episode up on Tuesday on YouTube, so
Okay.
it'll go live everywhere there. Question for Sage. Okay, what is the question for Sage, Flango?
Yeah. Say and yeah. Sorry. Forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah. So chat, if you have any questions for us, just let us know too. Any of us for us or Sage, anyone.
Yep. Just waiting on that question.
Yep.
And then we will be off after this. But no, that was fun. But definitely check out the other episodes, y'all. We have like 4 seasons worth of episode.
Oh yeah.
Okay, chicken. Oh my god.
That actually is one of my questions, almost in a way. One of my other questions I didn't even get to was, well, the one question I didn't get to was, what is your favorite food? So that kind of coincide with that too.
All right, I'll take chicken tacos all day. Chicken tacos all day.
Beef tacos for me.
Chicken for me.
Yeah.
Chicken.
Chicken
Oh,
tacos.
I guess I'm the only one. Actually, no, chicken tacos are good though. I sometimes get those myself. They're really good.
Chicken
So
tacos
I
are the bomb.com, especially hard
I'll
shell
go with that
chicken
then.
tacos.
Yeah.
Hard shell chicken tacos are the bomb.com. You can't change my mind.
Don't think I've had that.
Hard.
I usually go for.
Thanks, soft shell.
I go
Hard
with soft shell, but hard shell with that could actually be good.
Soft shell, y'all. We can't be friends. No, I'm just kidding.
You see this, Kirk? We're talking about food here.
Okay. There.
Well, this
we
should
go.
be something. Yeah, next time we see Kirk, ask him if he wants tacos.
Oh, the hard shell, like you bite onto it and like it crumbles. So
Yeah.
I just
Yeah,
it's easy to keep everything in.
that's true. Yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Well, we are just about out of time here. Yeah, we're almost we're damn near 2 hours here. So let's.
Oh yeah, I think that's about a good point right here.
Yeah. So all right, guys. We don't rate on podcast nights. Just to have a more for Spotify, just to have a more I guess smooth close. We don't raid tonight, but yeah, guys. We will see you. We'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. It was fun hanging out with everybody, all the new friends that came in and absolutely destroyed me with bets. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate my lurkers. That was fun. But yes, guys, we'll probably see you tomorrow. Not sure what I'm gonna play yet, but yeah, guys. Once again, I've had with me as a guest, we've had Sage, we've had Telly,
Good night, everyone.
and I've been Dragonfire. But yes, guys, everybody be safe.
Listen, hosts.
Yeah, right. Everybody be safe, take care, and we will see you
next time.
next time. Good night, everyone.
Good night.